Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm back. Let's talk everything blood and guts. Let's talk everything about Wembley. My goodness, it is going to be a fun episode.
Hello, yes, Danhausen here. Very nice, very evil. Thank you for watching the Gimme a Haul Ya podcast. And I hope everyone in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day, Hausen. Yes, enjoy it and love that Danhausen.
Love that, Danhausen, because we do. Hello and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Haul Ya Wrestling podcast. My name is Anna. A huge thank you to you all for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you taking time out your evening to come hang out and watch some wrestling with me. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a chill evening. Thank you so much. Hope you're all doing well. My apologies about last week and a huge thank you to Dan. Not just for making incredible thumbnails every week, but for covering last week. He was able to cover it last week, which was great because I really wanted to have a show. I was really sick. I got bit, but I'll tell you more about that later in the episode because that's boring. Let's talk wrestling, shall we? Let's talk wrestling because Blood and Guts were bloody fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed the show once again. Camille has turned up in AEW. What does this mean? Let me tell you what I think this means. I think that means Jamie Hayter's coming back before All In. We're going to get Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Camille and Sasha or Mercedes at Mania, which makes all the sense in the world, man. I know that Britt and Sasha is a huge match, or Mercedes is a huge match, but you don't have to give everything all the time. And there's so many big matches coming up at Wembley. Speaking of Wembley, let's talk about a little bit about what we've got on tonight's show for you all. Tonight's show is looking like a stacked one, as always. You can see the full link in the description. Check out Sassy's things. Hello, Nemeth. Hello, Todd. Lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I thought I'd pop in early tonight, make sure that I was in so we could just have a little bit of a chat before going and partying. It's going to be good. Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. That's happening tonight. I have no doubt that is going to be amazing. Will Ospreay, like everyone, sharpens steel. And with Lance Archer, I think it's going to be really freaking cool. I think it's going to be really cool. Let's go. Oh, no, let's put some music on. Hangman Adam Page is going up against Darby Allin. Yes, that is happening tonight as well. Another huge match. Great to see Darby back in the setup. Both of their matches feel like big matches. Should be great. Willow Nightingale versus Kris Statlander. A feud that's been building up for a while now since Kris turned on Willow, and I think they're doing a good job with the build as well. This is for the CMLL World Championship Eliminator match. So is Kris Statlander going to get an opportunity at that? The Conglomeration versus the Beast, Mortos and Roderick Strong and Rouge. Don't know much about that, but we'll watch it, and I'm sure it'll be a good wrestling match. Mariah May has a sit-down interview with Renee Paquette. Bryan Danielson, he's going to have a little chat to us all, as well as Mercedes Mone. Is tonight going to be? I think Jamie Hayter is coming back the episode before Wembley, and I think it is going to kick off, and I can't wait. Maybe they do it early though. Maybe they do it early so they can advertise it, because Jamie Hayter back at Wembley, big thing for the UK crowd, and the AEW diehards. You can start announcing Britt and Mercedes as being a match that's happening. Wow. Exciting stuff. I want to say hello to all of you. You guys make the show possible. Sassy, who's joined as our awesome moderator. Thank you so much, Sassy. Hope you're well. I've missed you, but you're back now. So it's all good. Welcome to the live stream of AEW Dynamite. Thank you for joining us. Patreon and Super Chat now open for donations. Donations are appreciated, but optional. Absolutely optional. Do help us out, pay for the StreamYards. That's the main use of them, to be honest with you. Please like and subscribe. And that's what you can do for free, man. Just hit that like button. It really helps us out. It helps people see our little podcast, which is good. I'm going to like the video. I hope you have already. We now have memberships for every budget with special emojis and perk. Check out the link below. I think at some point soon I'm going to put my GM mode on a, on members first look type thing. So if you are interested in that, so I'm trying to think of perks that we can start doing. We live stream Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, and Friday Night SmackDown when able to. It's always a good time. We live stream major promotions, pay-per-views, and PLEs. Please continue to support WrestleSphere, Soundsphere, Wrestling Royalty, Tom Talks Rubbish, Misfit Wrestling Podcast, and the one and always Pro Wrestling Eve. Absolutely fantastic. Please continue to support indie wrestling. They do all rock, and we appreciate them. Thank you again for joining us. Please enjoy the show. Absolutely. One last thing. Don't forget to check out our online shop and check out our channel for interviews, discussions, unboxings, reactions, predictions, live streams, and gameplays. It's all here, man. And look at them emojis. You get them if you remember. The lowest member tier gets you them emojis. Nemeth. Welcome. Nice to see you. Just like the channel. Mate, you liked the channel ages ago. You might like the video, though. Sassy, hi. Hi, Nameth, and thanks, Todd. Lovely to see you back, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. I know it's not been the same without Julia Hart, but these last few weeks have been amazing. I got another bite as well there today. I am just a feast for the bugs. Why are we waiting? 'Cause we're suffocating. I mean, it was to start at 10 too, so I was on time. Joking, but why? Hope you're feeling better, man. I'm okay. You might notice occasionally I get a bit snotty, but I am feeling better. I had a bite and it wiped me out completely. Absolutely, completely. Hi, and Lord Sassy, our Lord and Savior. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us, man. Shane O'Mac, he's been spotted with AEW, right? Has been spotted with AEW. Cool, fair enough. See what he does. I don't know what he'll do. I hope he's not a talent, personally, but that was only after watching him at the WrestleMania. I'd like to have said that I watched Shane McMahon's last match. Shane O'Mac, yes, he has been spotted talking to Tony Khan. I don't know what it's all about, but they're all businessmen, so let them be businessmen, I guess. Hi, Makiki Make MC. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us so early. You're all in so early tonight. I do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. We are going to be in the Dynamite live stream in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Hi, Makiki. Feeling better. Hope everyone is doing well. Mate, Blood and Guts last week was banging. What a cool match. Enjoyed that a lot. 12 people in. You all, I appreciate you all, man. Hi, Saucy. Norma, speaking of appreciating, it's our friend Norma. How are you doing, my dude? Sky Blue got injured. Got a leg broken on a episode of Collision, I believe. Did anyone watch Tony Storm's match against Ty Valkyrie on Collision? My goodness. Tony Storm, she just twists the gimmick ever so slightly, and it's perfect as a babyface. She's like a modern day Starlet now. She's more of like, instead of being a Marilyn Monroe, she's almost like, who was it in Basic Instinct? And why do I go straight to that film? Because I've got a filthy mind, that's why. Sharon, oh, mate, I grew up with that. I grew up to that film. I became a man, at least. Go on, anyone in chat, let me know. Hi, Sassy. I'm going to WWE SmackDown Friday. Nice. Have a good time. My Kiki, don't forget to wear your Gimme a Hug Yeah shirt. Happy birthday, Todd. Let's go. I meant like the video. That's all good, man. That's all good, brother. Hi, Todd. Good to see you. It is good to see him. It's very good to see him. Hi, Sassy. Todd has been doing his radio at a hospital recently, doing a really good job. John G, welcome, my friend. Says, hey, Andy. Hey, man, how are you doing? I'm Anthony. Lovely to see you, John. Thank you for being a channel member. I do really appreciate it, brother. And hope you're having a good day. My birthday is October the 9th. I'm going to be 59, by the way. Todd, you don't look a day over 58. Trust me. Hey, no, happy birthday, Todd. Let's go. It's October, but it's October come early. Sharon Stone, that's it. The old librarian comes in with that book. Wise knowledge. Let's go. Yes, I grew up to that movie, man. Lovely to see you, old librarian. Normally on our 2K GM mode streams, joining us to hang out tonight on the live stream. I do appreciate it, brother. We've got 14 people in already. I hope we got 14 likes on the video. Can someone check and let me know? Imagine if Tony has brought shares in WWE from Shane. Oh, mate, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be funny. Everyone, here we go. It's starting. Straight away. Didn't advertise him on the card. Interesting. Bit of a weird one. Surely you'd advertise MJF being there. Evening, all. Old Librarian, lovely to see you, my brother. Hi, Old Librarian. Hi, John. Hi, good. Andy. Andy. Oh, you're Andy. I'm confused, John. I'm confused, love. Happy birthday, Sassy. Happy birthday, Sassy. It's not Sassy's birthday yet, but it will be soon. Please like and subscribe. No problem, Andy. Trevor says hi. Hello, Trevor. How are you doing, my friend? Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. It is Andy. My day is good. Good. Hey, Sassy says John G. MJF. Let's freaking go. He's got the jacket with the stars on them and the eagle. What's he going to say tonight? What's he going to say tonight? Now, I know you people don't say I ain't too bright, he says. Happy birthday. Why does MJF have a belt now? He won it off Will Ospreay, mate. He had a really good 1 hour match against Will Ospreay. It's the International Championship. He's now dubbed it the US Championship instead. Jeff, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us, mate. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week to give you your sort of normal rundown of blood and guts, but I was really sick. I was off work the day of Wednesday and the day after and the day after. I got bit and it blistered up with big yellow blisters and then it popped and I went to the hospital, doctors, get it checked out. I took loads of antihistamines. I was feeling fine, and then a couple of days after, my body was done. My body was done. I was feverish. Oh no, it was not nice. And then I was vomiting by the end of it. It was not pretty. But I'm all good now, man. I'm all good. And I'm looking forward to watching Dynamite. Leeds of Bradford. What was a choice? I mean, I quite like Leeds. I've never been to Bradford, though, so it's hard to say. I want to say Leeds. I like Leeds, though. My birthday is not today. My birthday is September. Awesome, John. Awesome. I hope you have a great birthday in September, brother. The most important question is, where can I get MJF's jacket? Jeff, you want MJF's jacket? Goodness gracious, you look like a game show host. He's saying that he's going to beat Will Ospreay again or All In. No chance. I don't think so, bruv. It's my new shirt. It comes in my AEW pack. Evening, lovely to see you. Thanks, Dan, for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Not spoke to you for too long, my friend. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Go support Pro Wrestling Eve, guys. They freaking rock. And you got? Hope you got over long. I didn't have it. Hi, Dan the Wizard. I will, Anthony. Good, my dude. Good. I'm sure you will, man, dude. I'm sure you will. September. Have a good time. Here we go. Will Ospreay coming straight in for MJF. MJF running off. Now asking for a microphone. What did he say? Believe me, and I could make this jacket work nice, man. I bet you could. After what you said about my family last week. He's going to put him through pain. You can't even imagine, bro. Dan, if you want to join me, mate, you're more than welcome. You know you are. Be nice to hang out. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. He looks like the circus tent manager. He does, man, like Barnum. Let's go. Hello, Wizard from Eve. Thank you for gracing us with your presence, my love. Hi, Jeff, since he in the house. Hi, guys. How are you doing? Miffler, lovely to see you. Nice to see you, man. How are you doing? Missed you too, man. Punk like you is holding it. That is a garish belt. It's hilarious. He took the international championship and threw it in the trash like it's a piece of garbage. Disgraceful. Let me tell you something, Max. They worked hard to make sure that champion has legacy and it has main evented the pay-per-view before. Hack Orange Cassidy. John Moxley. Ray Phoenix and Roderick Strong not getting as loud cheers as the rest of them. Putting over the championship. Mox Buddy, hello and hull, yeah. 100 likes tonight. We'll wear pigtails for the rest of the stream. Absolutely. If we get 100 likes, guys, I'm wearing pigtails for the rest of the stream. Done. Deal. Too many belts in AEW? Yeah, there are. Yeah, I agree. Where's the sexy ass guy that was on last week? He was so much better. Thanks, Dan. Well, I didn't mention this, and you know, I'm not here next week. I'm away. It's my partner's birthday. She doesn't know yet, but I'm taking her away to London on the Wednesday. It's going to be an epic day. So if anyone wants to do it, it's up to them, man. I'm doing good, ready for SummerSlam. Hey, Mox Buddy, how are you? Dapper Dan, missing you, mate. His Raw streams have been doing so well recently, and he's doing such a good job. Them thumbnails he's been creating have been banging. The guy last week was very sexy, said Namath. Nice. Yeah, I agree, sir. The real person who should have thrown the belt in the trash was Tony Khan. Yes, definitely. Talking about restoring honor to the International Championship. I have to be honest, I'm not really listening. This is just sort of all normal. How are we, folks? Mark LFC UK. Lovely to see you, brother. Who's the guy from Beverly? The guy from Beverly? None of us live in Beverly. Dom pretends he's from Beverly. Hey, Mark. Says Sassy. Connor Roger, hi, man. How are you doing? Another subscriber to the channel, a member of the channel. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Hope you're having a great day. Are we streaming all in? I can't because it's my mum and dad's Ruby wedding anniversary on that day. If not, though, I wouldn't be streaming it anyway. I'd be heading down, and I would be heading down the day before to ensure that I call Aja bloody Kong, fighting in Pro Wrestling Eve. Check it out. Everyone missing you all too. Dan is the man. He certainly is. When Ant's able to do votes, he will do them, folks. Can't be here. Liverpool have a preseason game in Philly and having to mod my Liverpool channel. That's all good, man. And I need to sort out that thing for you, don't I? I will sort it out, Matt. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Lance Archer coming out now. I missed everything that MJ said. It went on a bit too long again for me. We need more likes, guys. Absolutely. Hit the like button. It really helps us out. Dan, are we doing SummerSlam? Nice, man. Nice. I'm just doing a thing at the minute. Then I'll be up for joining you a bit if you'd like. Send me the link, guys. You want to see Dan on the stream later on? Get a fire emoji in chat and a wizard stick with some magic afterwards. Make it happen. Whoa, big choke slam starts off the match. Lance Archer and Will Ospreay. It is happening right now, and we are going. Let's go. Let's put a poll up, shall we? I'm glad they went into the match straight away from this. That's nice. Will Ospreay versus oh dear. Excuse me. Lance Archer, there you go. You got your poll. What more do you want in life? Hull. Check out Connor's emojis, man. Connor got his membership and now he's going crazy with the Hull years. Hi, Connor, says Sassy. Mark, I'm only up to watch the Liverpool game at the min. So I've got COVID and sweating my bullets off and can't sleep. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Hope you feel better soon, Danny. Sorry, dude. Oh, please, wizard. Hey, look there, Dan. Hey, it's a Dan. 1-0 up already. Also following the Liverpool game. Nice. Oh, are you really? Good. Nice one. Feel free to talk about it in chat as well. I'll probably just ignore your messages, but talk about it. A springboard kick from Will Ospreay. Why would you all be watching Liverpool when we've got Will Ospreay on TV? Bruv. Yeah, check out the sexy t-shirt. Dan says he's doing something else. Dan's just watching the Liverpool game. Handspring over. Gets caught once again. Chokeslam. Is he going to look at doing it on the apron? Will Ospreay able to fight out? It looks like he was going for that apron there. Going with the forearms now. Up and carrying him up the ramp. And slam down. Nice. All being well, after the virus breaks off, I'll be doing SummerSlam. Good. Danny will be covering SummerSlam. Danny's such a pro on the channel, man. Doing great coverage of WWE. Yeah, take your time with it. And mate, I need to sort it out. I'll probably try and do it at some point soon. Sorry. Murderhawk, yeah. Oh, check out Todd. He's got the fire plus the wizard emoji. That's the special emoji for Dan. Yeah, Liverpool have scored. Get in. Lance Archer's name thing said 5 straight AEW and Ring of Honor wins. So 5 straight Ring of Honor wins. Yeah, it was. Head to the takedown into the barricade. I missed everything MJF said as well. Lol. Haven't been enjoying AEW as much. Have been enjoying a lot of TNA and NXT, but AEW is still good, just not doing it for me. That is cool, man. I think it's been the best it's been in the last few weeks for a long time, but with some great angles coming out. But that's fair enough, my dude. If it's not floating your boat, it's not floating your boat, my brother. But it's lovely to see you, man. It's lovely to see you. Oh, the old librarian. He's got like special emojis. Like that's how it looks to me. But I mean, I imagine that's going to be really special when I look at it. Oh, look at that. Look at that radioactive intergalactic planetary, bruv. I'm not watching. I've got game alerts on my phone. Nice. Sassy with a special emoji there for Dan, surely. I'm doing a film thing. We'll tell you shortly. Nice, man. How exciting. How exciting. And let me tell you, I did mention it earlier, Dan. I don't know if you was here. I mentioned that you've got Aja bloody Kong coming. I wish I was there, man. I wish I was there. Okay, who wins and why? Will Ospreay, because Will Ospreay is not losing to Lance Archer. No way. Lance Archer is just a giant that puts over the top guy. Will Ospreay is no way losing. Will Ospreay is way too important to lose right now. Danny, gutted. I've got AEW on my TV, Liverpool on my tablet, and Ant on my phone. Let's freaking go, man. Woo! I think you should have Ant on all three, right? And you should deal with the echo of Ant, like speaking. Echo. Nemeth saying happy birthday to Danny Hargreaves. His birthday isn't until October, but thanks, dude. Nemeth just likes to wish everyone, make sure he don't miss anyone's birthday. I've enjoyed the Tony Storm stuff. Cool. Yeah, me too. The rest of the storylines are all right, and I wish they built up Danielson and Webb a little bit. Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, dude. I hear what you're saying. I love the Tony Storm stuff. Danielson and Ospreay, I feel that they're about to. I feel that tonight is going to kick off with Danielson. I think they're going to turn Danielson heel. I can't deal with you on one screen, let alone 3. Hassan's come here, says happy birthday, Danny. Hassan wishing Danny a happy birthday. It's not till October, but when it is, he'll be very happy. There we go. We've got the trios match. Orange Cassidy. Oh, it's cool. Ishii, Orange Cassidy, and Matt Briscoe, it looks like. I still like AEW, but loving GCW, MLW, Circle 6, and OVW. That's all good. There's all good wrestling wherever you can. If you get time to follow it, go support it. Go support it. Love you, really, dude. Danny, I'm your number one fan. Thank you. Still loving the stars in the WWE. Absolutely. There's some incredible stars in WWE for sure. We've been putting on some great work at the minute. I haven't seen any Liv Morgan matches. I've heard that she's a huge deal, and I've been kind of half interested in the angle. I think the angle's really great. Can she wrestle yet? Let me know in chat. Danny gives off Jay White vibes. He does. He really does. He's got a scraggly beard like Jay White. Hangman Adam Page and Darby Allin still to come tonight. Come a little bit out of nowhere. I mean, it's a cool match and everything. I'm down for watching it, but it does feel like it's come a little bit out of nowhere. I'm assuming they're trying to build something up quickly for All In, and I don't think it'll be a singles match because you need to have your big single matches. I miss Mox and need that realness. Yes, I miss Mox. Although I think I am happy that Ospreay's bringing the realness. I feel like he's got a real realness about him, but maybe that's because they're British, among other things. Yes, that's what Sassy misses. She just misses a fella being on telly. Hear me out. Swerve should be heel instead of Danielson. Swerve could be super insane. It's a really tough one because I feel like Danielson's going to steal the spotlight in this match in terms of like they're going to do a story of him. I think he might win. Rub it up there from Ospreay. Kick to the back. Ospreay going up, looking for the Oz cutter. Getting caught into the sidewalk slam there. Moss is on vacation. He's fishy, man. It's almost 100 days since the tag titles have been defended. What are your thoughts? What by the Young Bucks? I think the tag division is extremely lacking at the minute, and I think that the Young Bucks are doing much better work than if there was just to have tag titles being defended. That's what I think. Yes, he is. I feel they need to. I do feel they need to do something with the tag division, but in terms of the Young Bucks, like them less important as champions, more important as storytelling devices at the minute, and I think that they've been doing a really good, grand job of it as well. Is what I think, honestly. Yes, he is, but Swerve is kind of a face because he healed so hard. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I want Danielson to win the belt 2-0 now. Wow. Let's go, Liverpool. Danielson to win the belt. I mean, I don't particularly, but I can see why it'd make a lot of sense. Oh, Spanish fly. I love the idea of Danielson saying, you know, I'm not wrestling anymore, and then winning the belt. And, like, I think there's a great story you can tell there. And I also think someone taking the belt off Danielson makes sense. You've got a guy on screen right here who's incredible. Big boot. Look at that, man. Look at the stop that he gets where he just stops on the mat. So good. I had Taz talking about the benefit that he's going to get from MJF. Oh, he fell on the ropes. He fell on the ropes. Let's go, Dan Reed. Let's go. Dan, if you want to join me, Dan Haggis, you're more than welcome, Alice. Lots of injuries in the tag division. Absolutely, man. Up the Arsenal. Let's go. Choke slam from Will Ospreay. He's building it up. He's up on the top rope. Whoa, Spanish fly from the top rope. Beautiful stuff. Liverpool scored again. Carvalho gets a goal. Let's go. CM Junk. Junk is right. Will he avoid injury this time? Done a wonderful job of building up that story, though. And there's the Oscar finally hitting it in the match. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. And the crowd are going wild for it because Will Ospreay just has such a beautiful pace in the ring of telling the story. It's like it's clever. He reminds me so much of Omega because what he's able to do is tell so much story in a very short time, and I think it's that Japanese style from when they was working in Japan, and there was a language barrier obviously, so they had to use the face to emote, and what they're able to do is tell so much story in what is a transition. And wrestling, to me, the great wrestling matches are always about great transitions. And Ospreay is a phenomenal performer at that, knowing where the camera is, being able to show something so clearly on his face. Watch it, just watch it, and you'll see exactly what I mean. The knee to the face, and it's not just like he goes and holds his hands or looks. It's like a drama about it that just works so well. Beautiful DDT. I mean, like, I genuinely think you will be hard. I will be hard. I genuinely think that it's going to be. There's a hidden blade. Well, it's not even hidden. It's a front face blade. And he gets up in there. I genuinely think Will Ospreay will end up with the top 5 matches of this year. Apart from maybe Charlie Morgan and Alex Winter, which I keep telling people was amazing. You need to go watch it. But, like, Will Ospreay will end up in the top 5 matches. Like, look at what he's had already. MJF is coming in the ring, attacking Will Ospreay. You know what I mean? Like, that match, Will Ospreay 100% of the votes. Guys, you know what that means? That doesn't happen, and that was a genuine one. Triangle Brainbuster from MJF. You got to log into your second accounts and like the video again. I'm sorry. You voted the 100%. You all got it right. I appreciate you all. But the 100% means that everyone logs into the second account and gives it a second like. Thank you, my friends. I'm all naked with a fan on me dripping in sweat. It's not a pleasant sight. Viewers would go into minus numbers. Understandable, Dan, and stay away. Saying that, I'm real snotty still. Oh, who's coming in? Carl Fletcher's coming to help him out. Eh? Oh, you could get his jacket cheap off eBay next week, Jeff. He's got a big rip in it. Don Callis is out now. Carl Fletcher. Oh, that's a nice tattoo. Is that a new tattoo, Carl? That's looking banging. Give me a mic, says MJF. Ospreay is a combo of Mox and Omega. Yeah, man, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Ospreay needs his title back. It's going to be a big moment. I know you said no more getting involved in Will Ospreay's business, but that is my best friend. Narcissistic, self-centered asshole. You mean me, says MJF? Go on, Carl. I'm a karma coming to bite you in the ass. Let's go, Carl Fletcher. Good for him, man. You don't give a damn about America, he says. All you care about is what's best for MJF. I like CM Punk in WWE first time around. He was not good in AEW. Who's not much better in WWE. I thought he was really good in AEW until it all fell apart. Him and MJF put on a belt of a match. Okay, has Kenny Omega ever had a match with Will? Certainly has. Certainly has. He had a match when in AEW as well. Forbidden Door. I think of all the same MJF bull crap. I think there's something interesting about getting these different accents all together because it's different ways of delivering passion. You want MJF, MJFD, Robin. No, he says. I wonder how many times Triple H has told McIntyre, for God's sake, go easy on the other man. Try not to hurt him. Let's just get a good match. Fought a few times, several, all amazing. Gonna go grab a snack during the break. All good, brother. All good. 2-1. Let's go. This is the best version of MJF. I agree, no matter. It's great as a heel. New tat looks great. It does look nice, doesn't it? There we go, getting Carl Fletcher and MJF next week. That's really good, but Carl Fletcher really grabbing the TV time in the correct way. I'm going to kangaroo kick your goddamn face off. I think MJF's going to destroy him like he did to Garcia. A great way of building up this feud without going straight to the obvious sort of Will Ospreay MJF face-offs every week. Can't wait to see the look on your face when I'm done dismantling your boy. You can thank me later, says MJF. Do-do-do. Do 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 do. Please like and subscribe. Do us a favor. Paul defending. Let Harvard pull one back for Arsenal. Who's Kyle's wife? I don't know, man. I don't know, my friend. Who's top? Kyle's claiming you girl. Oh, it's is it? No, it's not Julia Hart. Isn't she married to Lee Moriarty? I don't know. Oops, Kyle claiming you girl. Bring Pinnacle back from the pinnacle to the pit. Yeah, nice. I like it. Sky Blue. Oh, is she dating Sky Blue? Is he dating Sky Blue? Nice, cool. Good for him. I think that all makes sense, and I think he's gonna get Daniel Garcia next week, and I think that's great. I'm here for that. MJF's entrance at Wembley is going to be so over the top. Absolutely. Swerve Strickland video package. He's a lucky guy, says Miss Blunt. Certainly is. Whose house? You want to see the stuff I got out of my box that I can't be bothered to do videos for now? I got this new T-shirt. It's a brother in it. I'll show you what else I got. Hang on. Oh, it's my old Elite crate. I get this every month thanks to our lass. She rocks. Got a Kazuchika Okada shirt. I'm not really a huge fan of the shirt. It's a bit like plain for me, but but whatever. Kazuchika Okada shirt, which isn't bad. I quite like the colours on it. I like the sort of 80s lime green. It doesn't look very good on camera at all. It doesn't look great in real life. It's kind of a blurry image, but it's got like the green's quite cool on his face. Yeah, it's like three colours. That yellowy neon green with the thingy. I think he's a little bit busy. Could have just been a bit more refined. Got Willow Nightingale riding on a Pegasus sticker. I don't know why. There she is, flying around. This thing. This is the worst one I've had for a long time, actually. A wrestling buddy, Darby Allin, which I mean is kind of nice, but what the frick am I going to do with that? It's probably about the size of my penis. I don't know what that means. I got a Julia Hart. Todd, you'd be jealous of this, love. A Julia Hart micro brawler. Again, I'm not really a fan of the micro brawlers, though. And a nice pin, though. A nice pin. Whose house? Swerve's house. That's pretty cool. A poster, which is normally they do like the vintage wrestling posters. I hate this one. It's Eddie Kingston, but I've got no need for that, man. Claudio sucks eggs on it. I like the vintage wrestling posters, a lot better. It's honestly this. I was really disappointed in this, and I got an autograph from. I mean, to me, it's still kind of worth it because you get 2 T-shirts anyway. An autograph from Kyle O'Reilly, right there. Kyle O'Reilly autograph, which is pretty neat. It's a pretty good one to get, I think. So yeah, cool. There we go. He might walk out dressed like George Washington. He might, man. Oh, mate, that'd be hilarious. That would be a really good. I think we could do something really fun with that. Cool. So let's have a look. Like that tee. It's quite a nice tee. It's all right. I think it's better than this one. And some of the tees have been a bit lacking. Like the Tony Storm one. I love Tony Storm, and I just find the tee a little bit bland, and I think the print's a bit too small on it. I don't really like photos of faces and stuff, but because her face with the gray is so iconic with the red lips, I think that'd work really nicely. So cute. Thanks, so sassy. I am. I just want my postcard. Oh, mate, I need to get you that, don't I? Hey, although you told Becky to make sure you get it, and she hasn't been whipping my ass, I'd be going on at Becky about it. It's her fault. Just go ahead and shit that micro brawler directly to Todd. He'd be very happy with that, wouldn't he? He'd be very happy with that. I want that poster. You like the poster, Sass? Okay, you can have the poster. Nice as Makiki. No way, man. Look at all the emojis that Jeremy's got out there. That's because he's one of our members, man. And you can be one of our members by hitting the join button and having a look at the benefits you get. We've got several members who join the stream tonight, and I appreciate every single one of you, man. You pay for these stream yards for me. Thank you. If not, it's like 55 quid a month, which is about, what is that in dollars? About $70 a month? I can't afford that. So if we spread it out a little bit, helps us out. Helps us out. Hi, Jeremy. If not, I've got to have a little duck in the corner of the thing, and I can't have it in HD. Stuff like that. Hi, Jeremy, says Sassy. Jeremy, lovely to see you, man. Lovely to see you. Thanks, brother. "102 days. FTW champion. What an accomplishment." Talking about him being next level. Chris Jericho. Hi, guys. Okay, not a fan of this learning tree gimmick. It's up and down all the time, man. It's up and down all the time. Isn't the cake and dressing? Didn't end up smashing someone's face. That's not going to happen tonight. More days than us, I suppose. It is, Jeremy. It is. Murdered grandpa, broke his finger. Oh, mate, the whole chop thing last week was bizarre. Even though I can't take you out. It's his business. He's going to have a fight with Shibata. Jericho's going to be in his corner. Jericho's broke his finger. Oh, can we just say, I put it on my Twitter. If you want to respect Chris Jericho, eat that damn cake. He's putting his fingers in it. Don't put your fingers in it, Mavez. You dirty, dirty man. You disgusting man. Yeah, you see. Oh, Stokely's building us up for Statlander. Out of this world. Kicks usually don't end up well in wrestling promos. No, they don't. I'm hoping by the end of the episode. I really like Chris Statlander's new look. I like the fact it's all backlit. We've got some lights on the floor as well. It's nice. It's good. It's different. I said this last time she come out. I really enjoyed the production on Chris Statlander's entrance because it feels like something different, you know. And I think that all wrestlers should have a different feeling entrance. I don't know why she's holding a hand in the thing. I'm bringing the tea. I assume that is. Cakes usually don't end up well in promo. Well, I know, but it survived that one. It's Willow, Nightingale. Let's go. What's bizarre is I can't find a purple curtain. I love playing at Nips game anywhere. Jeremy, the podcast has moved on, my love. It's moved on. I'll give you a poem now. If you want a poem, you let me know. I can give you a poem. I'm back with chocolate M&M's cookies. Nice. 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 Are the chocolate M&M cookies nice? You know, I never got the mini M&M until I had them, and I was like, "Oh, the crispy ratio makes more sense." I see you have upgraded well, brother Jeremy. I don't upgrade without the support from you guys, and you have supported us so much in the years, my friend. All of you have. So thank you. Appreciate you all. Chris Allen going up. Yeah, I got the lights. I mean, it's a bit weird. This is like constantly set up in my front room, but that's just is what it is. It's funny because me and Becky are looking at houses and stuff for when we move in together, and it's like, yeah, I need a room, but I need a front room. I just need a place to podcast and just, you know, a bit of my own space. She was like, "Oh, I can't wait to have a dining room." I was like, "Yeah, that will happen." Like, I'll build a false wall. It's fine. I can just separate a room just to, you know, I don't mind a cupboard somewhere. Just give me a cupboard. Fine. Can I get a vote? Yes, you can, Hassan. I'm so sorry. Who wins? Willow. Let's see if we can get 100% right again. You won't on this one though, because I don't even really know who's going to win. I assume Statlander's going to win to give her, because it's an eliminator chance for that CMLL championship that Willow's got, isn't it? So I assume that Kris Statlander's going to win to have a bigger match, maybe at the All In pre-show. It feels like a really big match to put on the All In pre-show. I see you have upgraded well, brother, mate. Like I say, it's not with you. Can I get a vote, please? You got your vote, my friend. You need a man cave, Ant. I certainly do, man. I certainly do. But I don't even need a man cave. Like, I want our lass with me. That's fine. I have no problem. Like, I need a bit of space away from the kids as well. I love them to pieces, but like going into living by yourself to then moving in with 4 kids, 2 of which are teenage, and then a lot of neuro spiciness as well. I'm just realistic. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine, but we're all gonna like if we're all on top of each other, like it's not gonna be good for them. It's not gonna be good for me. Let's just make sure I've got some space to give them their space. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? He does, Sassy. You deserve it and more, brother. You put in the effort and make great content for us to keep tuning in week after week. Your charming personality is just a bonus. Did you use ChatGPT to write that lovely message for me? Because that was very nice. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate it so much, man. I do appreciate it. I know Jeremy's. Those of you who come every week might not have seen Jeremy. Jeremy was a supporter of the channel many years ago, especially during the pandemic era, and used to support us and watch a lot of the WWE content. He's a huge fan of Mercedes. Which is why you're starting to see him on AEW. So yeah, and it's a delight to have you here, Jeremy. It always is, my friend. It's funny, you feel like you meet people through this game, like yourselves and everyone that's in chat. Like you've all got these different personalities, and you're not all here every week. You're here doing different things, but I do think about you, and I do appreciate you, and I appreciate the you know, you don't have to be here every week. That's okay. It's entirely up to you. You know, I just I appreciate you do come and hang out, and it means a lot. It means a lot. So thank you. Hi guys, says Luke. Luke is back in the chat. Lovely to see you, Luke. How are you doing, my friend? I'm busted. I stole the lyrics from John like Tom. So that was the gimmick. So we used to do poems, and basically I used to just steal lyrics from a famous song like "Sweet Child of Mine" or something like that, and so we'd always do competitions to win a poem, and so I'd just do that, and then Dom wouldn't. Dom had come up with an original poem, and every time after he'd done it, Jeremy would go, "Dude, you copied that off Celine Dion. Like, there's no need in cheating." And it genuinely used to wind him up. It was hilarious. It's hilarious. And I was like, yeah, oh mate, it was great. Good times. I always say this, but I love the community. We're the best. You absolutely are, man. You are, man. You all make this great. So thank you so much. Thank you, man. And you know, as much as I'm here for you guys, you are here for me as well. You've helped keep my mental health on track as well at times. Big beat down from Kris Statlander onto the back of Willow. Let's go back into the action. Let's stop this love fest for a second. And let's talk wrestling. Big suplex there from Statlander onto Willow. You guys are the best as well. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I really enjoy everyone. Well, I don't enjoy everyone, but I enjoy you know who I enjoy. you know I enjoy if you know who you are. We've had some real funny ones come in as well, where we've had like people. Do you remember that person that came in on a stream a couple of weeks ago and was like demanding that I acknowledge their post and called me like I'm just as bad as Sean Ross Sapp, just wanting super chats for comments, and I'm like, right, you can just disappear, mate. That was a funny one. Clothesline from Willow. Clothesline from Willow again. Interesting time to put the women's match on. Actually, a different position in the card. Crowd don't feel as hot for this as I expected. They have got a good rivalry. You know, they've had some good storytelling. Lol, I missed that. People are nuts. Yeah, I basically had to tell them to F off on stream. There was, I can't remember, I think Misfit was here actually, and he was like, dude, just give him a second. Like, he reads the comments and gets to it in his own time, but he won't just ignore you. And there was so many comments, and Dad just like, because I was, you know, just having a good time talking to whoever I was talking to. And I was a bit behind, and there was just loads of crap, and I'm like, okay, just chill out. No one gives a shit. Disappear. It was a good night. Faced first. I do feel lucky that I haven't had to block many people as well. Like, there's been a couple I've blocked because they've done like they've been like harsh to the community. I'm just like, yeah, get out, you know. But very few, like 2 or 3 in the space of being here. You know? And I think that we've all seen each other in the community like annoy each other as well at times with opinions. I mean, we are all watching wrestling, and we all have a different opinion on stuff as well. You know, that happens. But generally, like, we get over it. The tough one was, and it's going to be tough this year as well. Actually, sorry, I'm talking about the podcast tonight. Is when the American election was happening 4 years ago. Jeff will tell you, especially, like, it was a really weird time where people were coming in and just talking politics all night. Death Valley Driver. That was during the pandemic. Yeah, there was so much. There was so much talk about politics, and it's like, look, guys, you can all have your opinion, but like, I had to tell people to shut up because it was getting too much. Willow's holding on to Stokely, going for the slap. Well, he's so good visually as well. Oh, Statlander is able to take advantage. So glad there's no tribalism here. Try not to. I think we've all got favorites, and that's cool. You know, we can all share that, and we can share our opinions. At the same time as well, I don't always agree with you all, and I'm perfectly happy to. Oh, beautiful. Catches her for the power bomb. I'm perfectly happy to disagree with you all at times, you know. And that's okay, because we've all got difference of opinions, you know. I don't remember if it was you or Dom, but some guy said like only 5 viewers, and you or Dom said something like more people than you had in the bedroom. That'll have been me. That won't be Dom. That was funny. I remember that. Good times, yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about Shane Brandon McMahon being photographed with Tony Khan? I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it, Dan, because it's at the minute it's not affecting my product. And Willow fell over weirdly then. Kris Statlander on the top. 450 splash lands on Willow. 1, 2. That was a very late kick out. I think that was 3. Uh-oh, she's got the chain. So I do think Kris Statlander is getting the win here. So I don't really. I think over the years, Danny, I've cared less about the rumors and stuff like that. Even when Will Ospreay was rumored to be in AEW, I was like, on Okada and all that. I'm like, let's just wait and see. There we go, big clothesline with the chain. Statlander, she's got a chain between her legs. Gets the win. There we go. Yeah, I've seen the photo, Dan. I assume that's what you just sent me on my Facebook. I've seen the photo. I just don't really. I don't know how it's going to affect the product. I don't know if they're just mates. I don't know if they're having a business meeting. I'm just here, and I'm just enjoying the product, whatever happens. You know, I think it's exciting to speculate and all that sort of stuff, but you know, I don't subscribe to it as much as I used to. I think now I just sort of sit back and let the story be told to me, whether that's good or not. Kind of boring when people agree on everything anyway. Like, I know you're a Marvez fan. I'm not. I get it. You know, Kris Statlander beating Willow with a chair. Hopefully, this brings up that heat again to the feud, because it felt like that was missing a little bit of heat in the match from the crowd. But then at the same time, they had a great Will Ospreay match to start off with. And now Kris Statlander attacking Willow. A nice 450. I agree, man. I agree. Can I just say, though, Marvez was amazing last week with his little squeal at the start with Will Ospreay. I was pissing myself. I actually went onto Twitter and I wrote a tweet, and I don't do that. I shared it. I thought it was freaking hilarious. Kris Statlander attacking the security staff. All the women are beating up the security staff these days, aren't they? Can we have a new gimmick of this, like, badass woman security guard who starts to beat the wrestlers and ends up becoming a part of the roster? Can we do that, please? You couldn't get away with that these days because everyone knows who's a wrestler and who's not. Nice 450. First time I saw Willow do that. It'd be great if you could go to the Nightmare Factory and get someone who's an absolute unknown, and you know, you get someone that you know that knows what wrestlers are going to be like and trusts them and goes, this person can be something, and they put her on as a security guard that then ends up in a match, and yeah, I'd love that. What's going on with this post-match? Most awkward, slow developing, vicious attack I've ever seen. Yeah, man, it was like there was trying to get across this new character of Kris Statlander, but the character's already been established in that sense, and then it wasn't very vicious, and then the security come out and she beat up the security. But we just saw that last week with Britt Baker killing the security, you know. We'll hear from Danielson next. I'm excited to see how this develops. We had the moment with Jarrett last week where he'd. Oh, he's going to show it now. Cool. This is where they did one of the interviews and they've put the angle into it. It's interesting that they're showing this again. They're really wanting to get this over. You know better than anybody. It was crushed. He didn't win the Owen. If you're going to go all in, go all in. I really like this. A lot of people believe in you out at the very top of that list. Please like and subscribe. I like the fact that the veteran who we've sort of just got behind with it is this sort of face has told something to someone who's looking at going into that veteran position himself. I guess with the sort of retirement and sort of saying you've got to if you're gonna do it properly. If not, you'll regret it. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how that motivates Danielson's character going forward, because I don't think it's going to be a straightforward, now I'm going to win. I think he's going to do something to get himself to win. And I think Danielson as a heel works really well, man. He's done it before. He did a great job in WWE as a heel. So I think it's absolutely possible. And it wouldn't surprise me if they already showed that clip last week. Yeah, I think what they're telling you, Jeff, is that's an important moment right there, what happened. So for that sort of story development. So I assume they said Danielson coming up next. So I assume afterwards Danielson's going to come out and we're going to see the continuation of it. Which I don't hate, Jeff. I don't hate them reminding us of the story either, you know. I kind of hope they play a bit of Taya Valkyrie and Tony Storm from their match, actually, because I thought that was really interesting. And Tony's done an amazing job of just... I never saw it, I'll be honest. I thought she was going to go into Tony Storm, I am Tony Storm, and she didn't. She's gone into Tony Storm, I'm a film star from a different era, Sharon Stone. And I think that's great. I think it's a really nice twist that freshens up the character, but still gives it the same sort of glamour that she had in a different era. You know, she put on Ty Valkyrie's glasses. She had the wet, sleek hair as opposed to the rings and stuff like that. Simple change, man. Such a simple little change, but it gives this whole different dynamic. And I think the crowd will get behind her and get behind the character she's doing, and I think she'll grow into it as well because you know she did it with Timeless Tony Storm. So really excited. I think that is a genius shift, to be able to do it. I didn't think that. I thought they'd just do Tony Storm as Tony Storm. I thought she'd come out as her old gimmick, to be honest with you. And she still might at Wembley, and you can still have that moment at some point if you want to. But actually, what they've done, I think, is way more interesting. Where they've just turned her into a 80s film star now, as opposed to a 1950s film star. I think that's great. That's great. Good character changing and very much gimmick, you know. I'll be right back. Dinner's ready. That's all good, Sassy. I just appreciate that you're here, my dear. I just appreciate that you're here, my dear. Here we go, Danielson coming out. So again, Jeff, they've really sort of told us that that's important and going to be a big change. And here we go, getting the yeses going on. He's smiling. He's happy. He's giving high fives. He's turning here, guys. This is on the hour as well. He's gonna turn, and the reason is because Swerve, like, it's too easy in this match to cheer for Danielson. It really is because everyone loves Danielson, and I think Danielson wants to wrestle as a bad guy at Wembley. I genuinely do. And I think it's incredible that he's going to main event Wembley. I think that's a great decision. Like I say, storyline wise, Hangman Adam Page and Swerve would have been great, but in terms of draw, that's a draw, man. That's on your buses, you know. Yes, chance from the crowd. It's great to be green here in Greenville, says Danielson. People say it to get a cheap pop. We've got his engagement pictures taken in Greenville. Ultimate face right now. Laughing, yeah, man. He's two-faced right now. You don't realize it's the good old days until they're almost gone. He's going to talk about two things: presence and promises. He's been very lucky in his career. He was forced to retire. He was able to be present in the good old days. Been the funnest time of his career. Talking about being able to be present for a moment is Danielson. Let's end the last vote, my friends. 14 votes, thank you. 69% off, 54% on Statlander. Danielson showing off the goosebumps and a scarf. Thank you, Brian. Chants from the crowd. As a guy who's dressed in Sting. There's a guy who wrestled for a long time. Brian is wrestling poster. And for that moment, he was able to be present. Very, very smart, man. Let's talk about promises. He promised his daughter when she was 7 he'd stop wrestling full time. And the contract ends tomorrow. The crowd are all booing. And he has, man. He's had a great career in AEW. He's not quitting, don't worry. He said he was going to kick people's head in and win the AEW World Championship. I don't really remember him saying that. I kicked a lot of people's heads in. Mickler's crying. Mickler's upset. Dinner, chicken fried steak bowl with mashed potatoes, cheese, peas, and corn. Nice. Nice, Sassy. That sounds lovely. Chicken fried steak. Whoa. Mashed potatoes, cheese. Oh. This will be his last shot at the biggest show. It does sound nice, doesn't it, Todd? Sounds lovely. He will be present for that moment. Peas can cook. You know, Miss Danielson. Oh, Trevor can cook as well. You lucky lady. You lucky lady. Becky's a good cook. All in with his body is with his mind. He will go all in. He's going to go all in, all in. And to ensure that I keep that promise, and Swerve interrupts. To ensure that I keep that promise, are they going to do it as a retirement match? GM Danielson, I think maybe champion Danielson. I genuinely do. Because I think Danielson will give the rub to someone more than beating. I don't think it's going to be his last match. I think he said that he's going to wrestle again. It's just not going to be in the same capacity. It's going to only be for big matches. Wins it all in and retirement. I think he's going to announce if I lose retirement. Get well soon, Sky Blue, after having ankle surgery. Absolutely. Kris, lovely to see you. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us. Are we out dancing? Why aren't we dancing? And no one in the crowd's dancing, actually, as well. Whose house? Swerve's house? Here we go. Swerve and Danielson. Hi, Kris. Good to see you. It certainly is. It certainly is, Sassy. It's always nice to see Kris. Whose house? Swerve's house. Whose house? Swerve's house. Let's go. He's going to keep it real. He respects the hell out of us. Swerve has a white shirt. Blood alert, says Jeff. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think so. Cal Fletcher, Fletcher wife is sky blue. Nice, man. Nice. I've been cheering you on, says Swerve. Him to have his moment. But this is Swerve Strickland's time. He was going to win the AEW World Championship, and he did. People are going to press rewind in 10 years' time. Anderson's loving it. He said he was going to kick everybody's head. He couldn't handle it when people started kicking back, says Swerve. Wow. Here we go. This is not an achievement award. This is not something you get after 25 years of service. Swerve Strickland saying he's the best in the world. Swerve Strickland just feels very real, doesn't he? Talking about Will Ospreay. Interesting to bring in Will Ospreay into this already. Saying he was too broken down to even get on a flight to London at last year's All In. That's harsh. Maybe your body can't handle the pressures of being a champion, says Swerve. He wants to be in the moment. Swerve saying he's the most dangerous man in AEW. He was real during this. He's very good at being natural at Swerve. Saying that you won't be walking out of All In as champion. After Swerve's done with him, he may never walk again. Swerve walking out. What's Danielson going to do? Here we go. One more promise. This is the stipulation. If you don't win it, All In is retired. If you don't win the championship, he will never wrestle again. I think Danielson's winning, man. What do you say? Please, no, says Luke. Don't keep that promise to me. Keep the promise with your family. I like how Swerve always goes for the family. Very cool. Interesting. Not the way I expected it to go in terms of I expected some sort of heel turn. This feels like the end. Well, what they've done, Luke, is they've made you because they've made a mistake really by being very public that Danielson said several times that this is his last time as a full-time wrestler, and after that he's not going to wrestle as much. But saying that he's not going to win a match, put some stakes into the match. That's all it does. And I genuinely think he's winning them belts. I'm thinking we may see Mox and Claudio winning the tag belts, BCC All Gold at All In. Maybe they'll do three ways though. Who's got the three ways at the minute? Because didn't the Gun Club have to give it up, and it's on? Because then you can have Utah with the championship as well. Is all I'm thinking. Is it possible that West Brom win his final match? I don't think so, based on the fact he said it's not going to be. Title versus career. I mean, it makes sense. Brian? Oh. Whoa, Jeff Jarrett and Bryan Danielson. I mean, yeah. Going to be also all of Wembley chanting yes, yes, yes when he wins. I don't think. Well, they probably will, but I think he's going to be. I think he's going to win with a heel win. I genuinely do. I think he wins, loses to Will next pay per view. The Beast Mortos. Why is he wrestling with Undisputed Kingdom? What is going on with the Undisputed Kingdom? The Don Callis family are coming out as well. The Beast Mortos. Looking forward to him. Where's Rouge? Is that Rouge behind him? Oh yeah, there he is. Cool. I actually don't think it'll be the next pay per view. I think it might be what's the one before the end of the year? Dynasty. I think you might get a few dream matches out of Danielson first. I think so. And I don't have a problem with it. Like, put some great matches. Danielson's really good at putting people over in matches, even when in winning streaks. I mean, look at the Fiend, man. You know, the Fiend's best match that he ever had was against Danielson. So Tomohiro Ishii. Says Luke. What even is this team? I don't know, man. The Conglomeration. Is that going to get over? I don't know. I don't know what the team is, man. It's just confusing. It is really confusing. Taurus, is that match at all necessary? No, it's just to get people out. Will always be Taurus. Who's this? The Beast dude. Taurus, is that what he's known as? Starts quick. I'll put a poll up for you, but I can't really name everyone. Who wins? It could be a really good match. The Matador, okay. Orange's team or who's on the other team? Roderick. Strong's team. So weird. Oh, thanks for the love that. So I see him when I open up the YouTube to do the polls. There we go. I mean, it's just an opportunity to get Orange Cassidy on the show, really, isn't it? Mortos, the Beast. Former Taurus is amazing. Former AAA, TNA, and CMLL wrestler, strong and fast. Very cool. Well, he's against Tomohiro Ishii right now. Ishii. Speaking of strong and fast, I've got a friend of mine who would like to take a little while to say hello to everyone. But before I'm joined by them, let's change things up a little bit in here. Oh, that's right. Yes, the background's changed. That can only mean one thing. You make a wish, and it arrives. It is my friend, my companion, my life partner, my mess. It's Dan Reed. There he is.
Brainbuster from Ishii there. How you doing?
How are you doing, love?
I'm good. I have not seen anything. So do me a favour and bring me up to speed. What have I missed? Hell of a match to come into. I can see that.
I mean, a bit of a random match is what I'd say, Dan, based on the people in the ring. We don't really know why these are a team, to be honest with you. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my volume because you're a bit quiet. Cool. So yeah, I don't really understand the purpose of the match. It's not really being set up. It's just a match with some wrestlers.
Who is in it? Like, I can see Ishii and Rouge.
Ishii and Rouge, Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe. Ishii are a team, and then Rouge, Roderick Strong from the United Kingdom, and who else is in it? Oh, the Beast Mortos dude.
I mean, so you got 6 great wrestlers, but yeah, I mean, Orange and Ishii and Mark Briscoe. Well, Ishii and Orange have got history. Orange and Mark have got history. It's the heel side that feels a little bit random to me. But, you know, we used to get this in WWE. They would put, like, 3 people that go together against 3 people that don't as a way to get the 3 people that go together over and just in a good match. And, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing this has been a really fun match.
No, it's just started, and no, because I'm not invested in it. The issue I've got is Briscoe was part of Blood and Guts last week that didn't involve any of the people that he's wrestling with. So Mark Briscoe was in a big match last week, had some big spots in that Blood and Guts as well.
Well, maybe this is to give Mark the clear pinfall win following up from last week. I could be wrong because I haven't actually got to the end of Blood and Guts.
I haven't yet. It was good. Really good.
I'm sure it was. It's just I just got shows coming up. You
have got shows coming up, haven't you? Tell me about them shows, Dan.
I've got one this Friday, again live here on YouTube, and then of course we've got the Eve Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, crossover show on the day before AEW All In.
Got any stars on that?
Anyone here is going to that show? Keep your eyes about because you'll see some. You'll see some of our friends from this promotion in attendance that are going to be there.
There we go. So, and have you ain't got any stars on it though, have you? There's no like big names that you're bringing in or anything like that.
There's no one from AEW on the show. Well,
no, I'm on about legendary Japanese wrestlers. You know.
Oh, you mean like someone like Aja Kong, for example?
Mate, that's banging. That is amazing. You've got Aja Kong at your show.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Cool,
It's the first, and Aja Kong, of course, is at the first Wrestle Kingdom. It's great to have her back. And Aja Kong's match will be announced this weekend. This Friday's show will lead into the Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show. There'll be a lot of things that come out of this Friday's show that will lead into that. And, Aja's match will be one of them.
And so you can watch the first half of that free on your YouTube channel on Friday, can't you?
Indeed you can. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Eve.
Well, the link is in the description, Dan. So if you all head down there and make sure that you subscribe, you can watch some free wrestling and you can find out what bloody Aja Kong is doing over AEW weekend. That's right. She's going to be in London and she's going to be at Dan's show.
Yeah, and Aja will be joining myself and others will be in attendance at All In the very next day as well.
Nice.
In the very posh Royal Box section, which will be nice. They've got heated seats. It's very nice.
Ooh.
I know.
I wish I was joining you, man. I really wanted to do All In this year, but it's my mum and dad's Ruby wedding anniversary. And I can't miss that. I'm really proud that they've made that, and that's like a nice moment for my family. So
how many years is Ruby?
40.
Oh, big right hand from Rouge to Orange Cassidy.
It certainly is. Oops, I've paused it.
How many years is Ruby?
40.
40.
Yep.
Wow. I know, right? I hope. That I can. That would mean Emily. And I'm going to tell. So another 30 years.
Wow.
It's amazing, for Emily and I married. Another 28 years for another 22 years for Emily and I as a couple, but married like another 30 years. I don't think I'm alive for another 30 years.
I was going to say, man, I don't think I'm ever making a Ruby wedding anniversary. I'm just going to get to some comments, my love. Hey, Mortos, don't sell a move that didn't actually happen. Mate, I missed it. Sorry, I've just been hanging out.
What did I miss?
Dude pulled out a somersault just because. So there we go. Damn the
Wizard. You're watching Lucha.
Yeah.
When it comes to Mortos, it's a different... I've spoke about this before when I toured with Rey Mysterio, and I was like, look, I struggle with lucha psychology. Can you help us out a little bit with lucha psychology? And, and Rey Mysterio's response was, well, there isn't really any. We just kind of like get the heat in the first full, do the comeback in the second. And, it's a different world where so much of it is based on doing things athletically, because we've seen the attendances, so much of the attendances at the lucha shows is tourists. That's the reason why they can sell out 10,000 seat a building every week. It's like lucha is the thing to go do. And it is meant to be something that is, if you're not following it from a wrestling perspective, at least visually, it's a spectacle. Exactly. And so
I think to many extent that's where AEW has been as well. I mean, they've been from the start. There was always spectacle, and great wrestling matches.
Sorry, carry on. I just was just with regards to the Forge roll. Yes, you see a lot of rolls in lucha. They also do that instead of bumping, I should say. They try to have a longer career by doing more rolls instead of bumping. So you'll see lots of arm drags, and they try to do that. So that's a move, but not really, because it's a roll, not a bump. And they try to do it. And the Hurricane Ranas are the same. They're rolls. They're not bumps.
Interesting, man.
You can have a longer career by doing more rolls than doing more bumps.
Yeah. Cool. Very good. Get some good rest, Dan. Thanks very much for all your work, my love. Night, Dan. See you Saturday. Everyone should be back on SummerSlam for Saturday. Is SummerSlam this Saturday, Dan? I didn't even know.
It is.
Oh. So we're doing, we got, what is it, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk at SummerSlam? Why is no one mentioning this?
Seth Rollins is the referee. Froggy elbow! And then sliding D.
It's a big pile up of people.
And if you're going to interrupt a pinfall, just drop him on a pile. That'll do it.
Oh, beautiful spin through the second rope there on the suicide dive. A corkscrew dive.
Yeah.
And then Orange Cassidy getting caught, put onto the apron.
And you look at someone like Mortos and you're like, how the hell does a guy that size do the things that he does? I honestly believe that Mortos is a very special wrestler.
Right. I've never seen him before, man. The issue
have
is...
you not seen him as Black Taurus? I swear you have.
Black Taurus? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, he's been around AEW for a while. He's now left here. I believe it was I can't remember if it was AAA or CMLL that he was a part of, but he's now left that promotion. So he is now, hence why he's had to change his name, and he's now Mortos, and he's able to be more for AEW now. Oh.
Right. I mean, he looks big. He looks impressive. It's certainly a different style of lucha, isn't it? Because it's that big lucha, which I don't think the Western audience are as used to. That's kind of why I was always fascinated by Penta, because he was a bigger lucha,
Yeah, well, I think the thing is as well, is like you say, it's more the Western style. I think the way you phrase that there is the right way. As Briscoe and Roosh go at it, I'd like to see that match. I'd like to see Roosh and Mortos actually, or Mortos and Ishii, or Roosh and Ishii. There's a number of singles matches here that I'd absolutely love to see. Right. But in Mexico, you get a lot of guys around the size of Mortos. It's not just the smaller guys, but like you say, not as common to be seen in the in Western, because everyone goes for the luchas and the high flying.
That's right. Yeah. Well, they did ever since they had to deal with AAA in WWE.
Oh!
And he gets the pin on Briscoe.
Yes. Hey, I'm all for it. Give Mortos the plaudits, because that boy. I love Mark Briscoe, and I kind of wish it wasn't him taking the fall.
Yeah, but he was the right guy in terms of putting him over after the win last week. I'm enjoying this stuff between Rouge and Mortos as well.
Yeah, like maybe there's something. Oh, man, I'm all for it, because again, I'm a big Mortos supporter. I'm all for some attention being put on him. The guy's taking a risk by leaving his home promotion, changing his name, trying to be more dedicated to AEW. Let's do this. Let's do this.
They've certainly just made the statement clear, or Tony Khan has, that they're going to do something with him.
Yeah, man. I'm all about that. I am hyped at that result. Sorry, carry on through the comments. I do apologize.
It's all good, man. No, you're all good, man. It's nice to see you again. Night Dance Saturday's matches are superb. Yes, he won. Says Sassy. Nice. Live from the Mid-Atlantic. The Acclaimed calling out FTR. Dan was asking earlier, like, the Young Bucks haven't defended the tag titles in 100 days. How do you feel about it? And I'm like, well, the Young Bucks are way more important in the characters that they're doing right now. But the division is just all over the place, Dan. And this was the division that was exciting at the start of AEW. Really exciting.
The Young Bucks haven't defended the tag titles in 100 days.
No, apparently not. Which makes sense. They had the match with the Acclaim, but it was only an eliminator match, so they got a title shot. And then at the pay-per-view, it ended up being a 5-way, didn't it, or something like that? Okada was in it.
So the only match they did was the ladder match. That was 100 days ago, 102 days ago to be precise.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Well, it doesn't bother me because the Young Bucks are important, but I think it's a quote on the division that the division's not doing anything.
Well, I assume, I would assume that would be a story then. Was it, but is it not a story? Because if you
haven't made it a story.
I have an Eve that you have to defend the title every 3 months, right? That allows several things. Number one, if you've got a heel champ that doesn't want to defend the title, as a story, then you've got a way that they have to do it on this, because otherwise they'll forfeit because it's been nearly 3 months. At the same time, if you want to tell the story that you've got a babyface champ and they want to be a fighting champ, well, they only have to defend it once a month, but they're there every other show, they're there defending that title. Do you know what I mean? Like how long you defend the title, or how many times you defend the title. That's a storytelling implement, that's a device.
Yeah.
So I would hope that if this heel tag team who are also, CEOs or VPs, I forget what the title is.
EVPs.
If you've got the titles on these people and they're EVPs and they're not defending them, I would hope that is a storytelling device that's being used and not just something that fans have gone, do you realize it's been 100 days?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen anything about it on the promotion. Let me put it that way. So, but then I don't watch it. Yeah, I don't watch every element of AEW, but to me, I mean, it's important what the Young Bucks are doing at the minute, especially storyline wise. I think it's great, and I think it's really creating some interesting dynamics in the matches, like Blood and Guts, where they was able to call to call production to do certain things, which I think is great. And I think that the role in AEW is really important. But in terms of the tag team belts, and we're not just talking about Dynamite here, we're talking about Rampage and Collision, where they put on shows that the Young Bucks are there for. They're just not defending the titles. Weird. Weird.
Yeah, no, that's like I say, if it's a plot device that's being used, fine, because it should mean that other tag teams are there calling them out whilst earning what they should have as opportunities, but not getting them because they're refusing to put to defend them. Yeah. But if that's not the case, that's a problem, in my opinion.
Well, there you go. Mortos and top teams have been Montrose versus Mox, says Sassy. Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
Mortos versus Mox. I think that's already happened.
Has it?
I think
top teams have been injured or on vacation. Sassy's the one that would know. It's Dynamite, not Collision.
There's always, look at the roster that AEW got. If the Bucks are hurt, that's one thing. But there's plenty of people in AEW. There's plenty of teams and plenty of individuals that aren't doing anything that could have been stuck in a team, or putting a team to at least get to do something with.
Mm-hmm. Lol Mox Buddy, says Sassy. Anyone a Big Bang Theory fan? I heard there's going to be a spin-off. I can't wait. I've never really watched Big Bang. Have you watched Big Bang Theory, Dan?
I mean, many, many years. Like, it's a very old show.
Oh, it's Mariah.
So we got an on-screen segment right now with Mariah May and Renee Paquette. They did I don't know if it was last week or the week before, where they did like the debut of the glamour Mariah May, and she just kind of came out in black, and it was just like, oh, this is less entertaining.
Well, she came out as Toni Storm at the start, didn't it? Because they did the gimmick of the thing, and then she turned around and it was just Mariah. I tell you what I found interesting about it, Dan. It was a different promo delivery. She delivered it like a monologue, which I quite enjoyed. And I could see why it'd be really divisive in terms of does it work or doesn't it work, because it's not that sort of passionate build-up a crowd promo. But actually, I think it suited the gimmick really nicely.
So I didn't see the promo, so I can't comment. So last week's, I was very, very busy. So I only saw, and that's what I say, I haven't seen all the blood and guts. And so I only saw bits and pieces of the show. So, but I just thought, she's done all this, and she's done a real good job. She's, held up her side of the bargain and everything. And I just thought, oh, where'd she come out? She was actually wearing, I think, similar, colors or gear or something to the person she was in the squash match with.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the glamour. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is this is a return debut or a new debut. Do you know what I mean? For Mariah May to stand out by themselves, and they, kind of look very similar.
Very similar to what,
and there was nothing that stood out about the presentation.
But I wonder if it's the glamour that's the problem, because I actually think that oh, hang on. Oh, here she is, Dan.
Oh, we've got Toni Storm coming out.
She's amazing, Dan.
Oh, Toni.
Fucking amazing.
What a ledge. So what do you think's the finish? Does Tony get an element of revenge? Or does Mariah May become the new champ and this story continues? Or does Mariah May become the new champ and the story moves on?
I've always thought Mariah can't hold the belt. And so with them telling that very obvious All About Eve story, which ends with Tony losing the belt, I've always thought that's the issue. I don't think Mariah's got the charisma to hold the belt at the minute.
Did they repeat last year and the UK wrestler wins the championship in their home country?
No one's going to be cheering Mariah May. Even though
I think they're going to try to push something along with her being in so that there is some cheers.
Yeah, but I don't think they will. I don't think she'll get them because I don't think she's known enough to get the cheers. And I think that people's association with her has been the character. The CEO is coming out, Dan.
I did a live stream earlier, and someone in the chat asked, what do you think about the criticisms that people have of Mercedes Moné and saying she can't promo? And I'm like, I'd never heard these.
Oh, she was struggling. I feel she was struggling when she first come in, big time. But that was partly because she wasn't wrestling. So it was 2 months of promos. Yeah, and we was all fed up of it because it was like, we want to see her wrestling. Clearly, she wasn't cleared at that point.
Yeah, that was more. That wasn't a case of where it was more the presentation, the story, how everything was moving along. That was more the frustration.
But also, her delivery is very. It's a bit like Shakespeare in that it's very poetic, but like, what am I trying to say here? There's a flow to the way that she speaks when she's delivering a promo, which is actually quite see-through.
Do you think that was part of the thing, though? It's like she was miscast at the start.
Oh, potentially. Well, I think people were expecting her to. I think people saw Cody Rhodes in her. The same Cody Rhodes that ended AEW, that had lost fans' interest and had fans wanting something different. Mercedes had come in and we were just getting told this obvious story. Oh, she's coming in, she's getting given the title straight away. She's getting Misfit used to come on here and he was getting, Mercedes isn't doing out, she's getting all this, she's going to win Stephanie, blah, 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 blah. But I genuinely think that that's a problem with the booking because the fans saw that as well. And we was like, okay, so we're just following this sort of narrative where this big star comes in and does everything. And actually, once she led into the heel character and started to go against the fans, that's when we started to go, okay, we can enjoy this more. Does that make sense?
Oh, I don't know what was that?
What, the high leg?
Yeah, but it wasn't. She went over the top of her. Like, I don't know if that was on purpose or it was a mistake. Because she actually went over the top.
Is Camille taking the pin at All In, Dan?
At All In?
Yeah.
No. Is Camille like? What's her match?
It's going to be Mercedes and Camille against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
I don't think that's the match.
That's the match, man. Don't fucking tell me that because you know the answer. But that's the match. That's clearly the match.
No, the match is Mercedes versus Britt.
No, it's not. You don't let me, dude.
If Jamie was to return at All In, if Jamie was to return, the way to do it would be to have Camille cost Britt or whatever it is, and Jamie makes her return at Wembley Stadium in front of 50,000 of her fellow Brits.
I think you advertised it before.
That, to me, is the way you go about it. But I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I don't know. No, that is purely me saying because we are 3 weeks away, and I don't know if you put Jamie Hayter's return match in a match where no one can really lose. Because Does the new, big, powerful enforcer of Mercedes Moné lose? Does Jamie Hayter making her return in front of 50,000 of her fellow countrymen lose? Does Britt Baker, the challenger for the title, lose? Does Mercedes Moné lose on a platform like All In?
Yeah, of course she can, and then it builds you to Britt and Mercedes at All Out, which is what, 2 weeks after. And what a premium match that would suddenly turn into.
Yeah, no, I could see that, but I don't know if that's necessarily the way they're going, especially because I'm pretty sure they've already announced that it is Mercedes versus Britt at All In.
Okay. I think there's also an element of, I think Tony Mariah has sort of come out of nowhere of being a match, a singles match on the card that people are really invested in.
I agree.
I don't think they've got the star power that that Britt and Mercedes has.
Let me also say, do you want Camille, 4 weeks after she debuts, and after we're going to get the type of matches like we just got? Do you want Camille selling like she would need to sell for Britt and Jamie that quickly into her run?
Yeah, because it's I do think Mercedes could take the loss.
Yeah, but I said sell.
You said sell. The thing is, it's WrestleMania. It's a party crowd, and they'll do that sometimes.
I don't know. I can see arguments for, but I can absolutely see arguments against.
Well, let me put it this way. If she's returning, then Camille's just going to is going to have to sell for Jamie anyway, because she's going to beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, but there's a difference between selling for a few moments and selling throughout the entirety of a match. Or not the entirety of the match because they'll be in control, but selling for, in a match.
I think
there'll be a babyface shine at the start and there'll be a babyface comeback.
She can still be the powerhouse. She can still be the dominant one over Jamie and Britt.
You have
Mercedes as a Shawn Michaels.
But then do you want Jamie selling loads when Jamie's supposed to be that straight away? Like, give it a few more weeks and I think, now you can get in. But, I mean, I personally, I'm if someone said, Dan, you got to bet money on if Jamie's coming back, do they put Jamie into this when they've put Camille with, Mercedes Moné? I would say, I could, if you're saying bet on this or don't bet on this, would you go? I would say I probably would bet on it happening. But I would prefer that they don't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that.
I never said I have a problem with it. I just wonder. It's all about the follow-up. What do you do afterwards?
Britt and Mercedes.
Britt and Mercedes. So where does Jamie fall into it? Because you don't want Jamie to be a bit part when she's making her return. Because here's the thing. She'll have been gone for, 15 months? 14 months? Something along those lines?
Yeah.
When you bring Jamie Hayter back, you don't want her to just be a bit part player that's forgotten about as quick as they come back after 14 months. If it was me, I would go about things the Triple H, Kurt Angle, Clocks, My Sacrifice way. And I would have started having videos, getting to know Jamie Hayter a little bit more, little clips, reminding people everything that they love about Jamie Hayter and build into that comeback. And I'd want to know what Jamie Hayter's story is outside of being Jamie Hayter's, Britt Baker's friend. And I think that you can get behind a character when they're coming back from when they're coming back from that kind of injury. And
there's
even if you then need to return in
All In, and the fact that she wasn't in All In last year, and it was big, there's such a good story there.
There's so much there that can be done. And I just think that, hearing those kind of things and building to something I think is really cool. And I think it's different. And I think it's good for us to get to know Jamie Hayter more. And especially because absence makes the heart grow fonder. You tell those stories and you get people behind so that they're clawing at the bit for Jamie Hayter to return, because not everyone gets 14 months off work, and you can turn that into a positive, a major positive, like they did with Triple H, like they did with Kurt Angle. You can turn it into a massive positive and make that person's debut an event or return. You can make it an event that everyone wants to see, and you can get them more and more over through that.
You can also do the opposite.
You could, and the thing is, even if you didn't use it to turn them heel, well, that's okay, because it's always in order to you got to get behind someone in order to stab them in the back.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jamie can do it either way, and I think Jamie's the sort of player that it works either way, and because she's so good, she'll make it work anyway.
Does Jamie come back and cost Britt the match? And that's how they get Mercedes Mone onto her next. I'm not saying that's what I would do, but I'm saying it's what do they do afterwards? Where does Britt go? Where does Mercedes go? Does Britt lose the title? Sorry, does Mercedes lose the title this early? Does Britt win the title back this early? Does Britt lose her first feud back from injury?
There's a lot of exciting stuff, Dan.
There is. Darby and Hangman is a very interesting match.
Yeah, I mean, I assume the Young Bucks are getting involved in this, and Okada. I don't really know why, but I think we're getting Okada and Adam Page at All In, which I think is a big mistake. Well, that was
teased in the moments that I saw at the match, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the issue is, like, I think this Hangman Adam Page character is really important to AEW right now. I actually think he's doing a really good job at it.
Agreed.
And I don't see Okada being facing that, and I don't think it's going to work heel versus heel. And if it does, I think the crowd are going to get behind Hangman, and I don't think we want that right now. Do you know what I mean? I think he's a very important character.
Yeah. I don't have an answer for you.
Putting him in a big match for people to see isn't always the right move, And that's how I'm feeling with All In. I feel that this is part of the reason I said do a tag match as well, because I feel the singles match spotlight is going to be taken by the story that Tony and Mariah have told.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I do, and I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, they might put him in a weird three-way and get, that might be how they use Hangman, and I kind of hope they do. I don't really want Hangman and Okada to be on opposite sides right now. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's.
I get that they're doing their big matches, but sometimes is the big match the right match now?
Yeah, what are you talking about? This match or the like the All In?
No, Okada and Hangman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the characters don't work right now for that. Yes, they've told a little bit of story, but the characters don't work in it.
It's an interesting dynamic that they've got. Darby with the coffin drop gets caught, German suplex on the floor.
I'm going to get some comments read because I haven't read them in a while. Penta Mendoza had bloody history. Nice. This May promo is really good. I'll have to go back and watch it. We was enjoying life too much. Joe Crawford says sassy. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Okay. I think there's some really interesting character stuff coming out of both at the minute. I loved her match against Ty Valkyrie over the weekend, and the changes I was talking about it earlier, Dan. The subtle changes that Tony Storm has made has been amazing. Amazing, man.
Yep.
Oh my God, Comic Con. I haven't seen Comic Con yet, mate. She is hench. Yeah, she come as Poison Ivy, didn't she? Sorry, I missed your vote, Hassan. I put a vote in for this one. Gonna get to bed. Good night, Midplate. Thanks, love. Mariah looked like a blonde bombshell or femme fatale, the understudy who injures the star for a shot of stardom. Absolutely. Who do you think's winning that match, Dan? Out of interest.
Which match, sorry?
The Mariah and Tony Storm.
I would put Tony over.
I would. Yeah.
I think they're going to put Mariah over.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
I would put Tony over.
Well, but the story, in terms of the story, it makes complete sense for Mariah to go over. But
Mariah can come back and get it on the next attempt.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I wouldn't repeat. Wow. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Crazy. Big coffin drop off the top of the platform. Nightmare's buddy plays like
stage, off the top of the entrance stage. Entranceway, yeah.
Bryan's retiring. Oh, so that's the other big thing that's come out of this episode that we've not talked about yet. Dan,
and I really like the fact that it's like it didn't work off the top rope. Hangman caught him, so he went even higher than the top rope. And that time he got him, he took him down.
Yeah. Smart dude. What do you think about Danielson retiring, Dan? He's announced that the match is retire if lose match.
Yeah, I mean, I think the match needed something to add to it because I don't think it's the match that people want. People want Hangman. And I think people just felt, it's so that Swerve can get a win over Bryan Danielson. So adding this step to it, I mean, we all know that this is going to be his last year. The question is this the last match? So, yeah, I like the step. I weep at the idea that this is the last Bryan Danielson match.
I don't think it is. I think he's winning. Okay. But I like it. I like the stipulation. I like the fact it's given it some drama and some sort of excitement. But in terms of what you said about Hangman and Swerve, that's interesting because I think that comes from a wrestling fan's perspective. But actually, on the buses around London, I think that Swerve and Danielson's face work a lot better than Hangman and it sells to an audience who isn't necessarily engaged with your product. If they see that Danielson's
the one issue I got with the buses is there's a word missing, which I think was quite an important word to have on.
I mean, I haven't seen buses. I didn't know this was a thing. Go on.
Oh yeah. There's a word missing. It was on last year's bus. It's not on this year's bus. And I think we all know that more people know what WWE is. Not everyone knows what AEW is. Mm-hmm. So, when you see the words AEW and you just see a bunch of pictures of guys and girls, I don't think everyone is going to assume wrestling. So I think it's important to have the word wrestling on there.
Oh, really? There's no wrestling word on there?
Not on there. And I just think, man.
Missed out. My goodness, that drop was incredible. Storm loses, then Storm gets a win back, says Mark. I don't know if you want to do that for the UK crowd, though. I feel you give her the win here, and then you get the. But then it is big for Mariah, but I just don't know where she'll run with it. I don't know. If he loses, says Sassy.
Yep.
Hangman looks like one of the blackjack gimmick for a good gimmick for him. Yeah, man, I think he's great. I think he's so important to AEW right now. I actually think he's done a really good job of being a heel as well.
Oh, I didn't realise you've actually got through all the comments. I apologise. I didn't realise you had.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, he's. I think he's doing a real good job at being a heel because I don't think he's an obvious heel. I think he's actually got really good character motivations and a bit like Christian Cage, he's really good at getting a character motivation over, But Hangman feels really real.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Hangman is I don't think he went heel at the right time. I think that there was still a lot more. I think there was a lot more money on the table with Hangman as a baby. I still don't think the fans actually truly want to boo Hangman, but I think that they want to be invested in Hangman. And so I think that they're going along with it because they want to see Hangman doing stuff. They like watching Hangman. But I think fans like cheering for Hangman more. So I think that eventually, whenever he goes babyface, depending on, how the heel run's gone and everything, I think that, his babyface run after this could be a real big thing.
Of course, yeah, of course.
However,
that's
but that could be years in advance. Who knows? The world could change by then.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
But I still think there was like a lot of money on the table. But I understand why they did what they did.
Yeah. Oh, the lights.
I think there's money on the table right now. Oh, the lights have gone out.
It's only some of the lights. They've lost power to the rig. This isn't intentional. They've
there we go.
Something a trip then.
Yeah, it was just. I was going to say it didn't seem like a gimmick.
Well, no, you don't. You take the screens off if it's a gimmick.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a mystery about him. He's playing the books like an old western. Interesting, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I like it, Sassy. Yeah, he's a clever man. But I also think he feels like a real heel at the minute, like a really real character. In the same way that Swerve a lot of the times feels like a real character, and that's why we got behind Swerve.
I think the one thing that's like about where there's a slight disconnect is I don't understand quite why we cheer for a guy that broke into another man's home and looked over the crib, I think Americans call it, of a baby, and we booed the defensive father. I also don't understand how Swerve was able to do that and not trigger any of the alarms or the baby monitor without anyone hearing. You know, but it's I that is a few of my I kind of don't see Hangman. I see the fact that he's gone a bit over the edge and how he's acting, but at the same time, maybe it's the parent in me. It's like hell, like look at what the man had happened to his own home with his baby.
Yeah. I like the fact it's pushed him over the edge. Oh my word! And speaking of pushing him over the edge, it was because Hangman was a whiny bitch. Says something. It's true. It's true. He was getting a whiny bitch. That's why the turn was at the right point.
Yeah, but is that really more of an issue than defending your baby from a guy that's broken into your home?
It shouldn't be, but you need to react like that's a serious thing, and it wasn't.
You're gonna do the moonsault. No, he's gonna fall away him into the
fall away into the steps. You silly man. Silly man.
No,
silly man.
Like we got the replay now, and yay!
I know you've been watching my women's only GM mode, Dan, and enjoying all my work with Alex Windsor as the
I watch
champion.
all of your work and enjoy all of your work.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Alex Windsor, current champion, still with Pro Wrestling Eve, Dan.
And of course, Alex Windsor is trying to chase Nina Samuels at the moment for the Eve Championship. So there's a double championship future for her in gaming and in real reality. Who knows?
Who knows, man? Who knows? Exciting stuff. People love the gangster move, and all Hangman did was whine. Yeah. It's interesting how
I think I more feel sorry for society when people will cheer for someone that broke into another man's house and put themselves leering over someone's baby than like someone whining.
Yeah, but
that's how you get Trump.
That's how. Don't you dare bring fucking politics into this so early. Don't you fucking dare, Dan.
Early, you're in the main event, bruv. It's only got 6 minutes left.
I know it's not the main event. Do you know how much I was saying earlier on the stream? How much politics comes into play when the election's happening? I was like, 4 years ago, it became a nightmare. It took over streams, and I am not going to let it take over streams. And I'm not letting my guests take over streams with their Trump nonsense. Darby's just crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, he got his shoulder down to his little bit, but man, that boy.
Yeah.
That boy's just like Kill me if you have to.
Yeah.
If it's good. Darby is because he placed his head. The replay showed you he was like, "I'm going to smash my head into this," right? Darby is Darby's a guy like, look, if I'm going to die, have me die on camera. It's good for business. You know, like that's the kind of guy that Darby is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's an old saying. Roddy Piper used to say it. If you're gonna die, kid, die in the ring. It's good for business. And I feel that Darby heard that and went, "All right,
there we go. That's my lesson."
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you tell me twice. Champion. I wonder if Darby will ever be channeled for champion.
What an underdog story! I would get behind. I would follow that story. And the thing is, you don't need to rush that story. That story can come next year, the year after, in 3 years' time. Do you know what I mean? Like that story could come right at the end of his career. Like that could be like almost his swan song.
I'm interested to see how the Sting effect will affect Darby because I don't think we've seen. I don't think we'll know till a lot later on. To be honest with you, because it felt like
agreed.
In the moment, it actually felt like it actually held him back quite a bit.
Yeah.
While it gave him a character and it gave him a thing, all it did is really give him matches with Sting at a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? In terms of their story, I don't think their story had anything to it.
No, I hear you.
You know.
Top rope, moonsault, fall away slam by the looks of it. Yes. Nope, just a fall away. So he's throwing the moonsault away and just throwing him, and it looks so much better because instead of having the moonsault and the pretty move, we've got him just throwing him from one side of the ring to the other off the top rope. And oh my word, like that is, it may be like a controlled bump, but it's still a hell of a bump. Like how much control you can have in that situation is. And Hangman's so good. Like he makes you register everything when it comes to him.
I do think he'd be great in WWE, you know, because what Hangman does that a lot of AEW doesn't do is tech moments that they do a lot in
psychology.
WWE. Yeah. And I do think he'd work really well in WWE. Not that I want to lose him from AEW at all.
Right.
But I do think if he was working with them people as opposed to the people that just go 100 miles an hour all the time, I think he'd be great. Hangman Adam Page and Seth Rollins, man, that'd be amazing.
Hey, Hangman and Orton.
Hangman and Orton, Hangman and McIntyre. Oh, mate, Great dive.
Oh!
Great.
What a move.
Yeah.
Darby hit his running dive, running unalive dive through the middle and bottom rope onto a seated on the ring steps Hangman Adam Page.
Well, I think it was straight through Hangman Adam Page, Dan.
Yeah, it was. It was a missile. It was a missile that went right through him.
Darby is beyond Jeff Hardy, says Sassy. Yeah, and there's concerns about that, isn't it? Because we see the sort of troubles that Jeff's had. But then I don't know how much of that's personality. And people always say, you know, Darby's going to shorten his career by taking bumps and blah, blah. And he is. He absolutely is. But so did Mick Foley. But actually, you know, Mick Foley is an icon in wrestling and, you know, an example. For his belt. Well, the ref is pissed off with him. At least the ref is telling how angry he is. Double drop kick.
I mean, it should be a DQ, though.
Big forearm from Darby. Up and over. Code red.
Code red. 1, 2. Obviously not a 3.
There you go. Obviously not. Who do you think you are, Vince McMahon? When do MCMG start in WWE? Motor City Machine Guns? I don't know.
Someone asked me this on my stream earlier as well. Sassy, was it you under a different name? Caught into a rear naked. Into the Brett pin. No.
Slow on the count there on the pin.
And we're at 3 a.m., so we're into the overrun time now.
Yeah. It's not an overrun when you do it every week, though.
Oh! 1, 2, and no! Darby went for the Hangman's own finish, the moves, the front flip into the
shot lariat. Yeah.
Buckshot lariat. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But Hangman still hit his own clothesline.
He did. Nice. Very nice.
It was very nice indeed.
It was a good moment, dude. It was a good moment.
What else did I miss on the show, by the way? For me and for anyone else?
Will Ospreay at the start had a decent match with Lance Archer. Will
went over, I assume?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Lance Archer doesn't win matches, so...
Him and MJF had a bit of a thing. Kyle Fletcher came out and saved Will Ospreay at the end, and they've got a match against Jeff Jarrett and Danielson. That's happening next week as well.
Jeff Jarrett and Bryan Danielson. Okay, yeah. I am all in on that. I am watching that.
Yeah, I think Danielson's turning heel, you know. I think he's turning heel.
Maybe.
I think he's turning heel.
Is he turning heel, or is he just showing that Blackpool Combat Club aggression, do anything because he's fighting for his career and to win the title in the story?
The issue is, I think that if you do that story too much, as opposed to cheating to win, then you then it becomes
his head sadly Darby's head was as far from the mat on that as Hogan's was on the Undertaker Tombstone at Survivor Series 91.
Really?
Right. Still injured Hogan somehow.
The one that you keep watching back and going, yeah, that didn't hurt.
Yeah. I remember as a child watching that going, I don't understand. How did he win with that?
What pay-per-view was that? That wasn't this Tuesday in Texas, was it?
That's the one where he won it back.
Yeah, that's it.
It was the Survivor Series several days before.
I think it was like 3 days before.
Yeah, Hogan worked the injury.
Yeah.
It was actually because the Survivor Series that year, I think, happened on a Thursday.
Oh, right. Okay. How weird.
Well, in the old days, Survivor Series was a Thanksgiving Eve tradition. So it's a Thanksgiving Eve every year. So whatever day that year Thanksgiving Eve was, that was the day Survivor Series was.
Very clever.
So
a good spot there where Darby can't get up, but the way that he falls after Hangman jumps over is really well timed. Really well timed.
Yeah, it wasn't in a, it was a very, very well performed fall. Like it was all on purpose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. With the arm
drag. Oh, wait, is this the finish? This is the finish, man.
Wow, okay. But I don't hate it, man. I don't hate it. Let's see what.
So is Darby in Hangman and Okada? Is that a match? Is it a 3-way, like you say?
I think it's going to be something. I think it's going to be get everyone that's not in a match in here who's a big wrestler. 6-way or something like that.
I don't want to see Okada in these multi-man matches, personally.
No, but I also think you've got a lot of big singles matches already.
I also think you rarely have a 3-way where the singles matches wouldn't be better.
I agree. But I also think you've got to...
Oh, no, the all-in match is Jack Perry and Darby for the TNT title.
Interesting. And looking at the vote, we had 66% of people thinking Hangman Adam Page was going to win.
But maybe no. So maybe it is Hangman and Okada. It's Darby and Jack Perry for the title. Next week, MJF and Kyle Fletcher.
But you've got other performers that are doing out, is what I'm saying. There's Moxley could be thrown into something with Okada and Page, and
there's an interest. Do you think that Hangman interferes and helps Danielson win at All In, would you take the title off Swerve when he only won it? When did he win it? Only feels like a few months ago.
No, it's been quite a while, and I don't know if it's doing him any favors.
Well, if the title's not doing you any favors, then there's a bigger problem.
Well, it depends. It's hard. I think it's a really hard thing as a face to have a title run anyway. I think the chase is where the money is, and I think that's where the money was for Swerve.
It is, but at the same time, when you look back at some of the epic title reigns, historically, and you look at some of the biggest business that companies have done, a lot of the times those have been with the babyface champions. Your Hulk Hogan's, your Steve Austin's, your Bruno Sammartino's. Historically there have been, champions, that were baby faces that were those runs were very successful because people wanted to see that guy, and that guy was the champion.
But I also think there's something about putting people over. I don't know who Swerve's going to put over by giving them the title. So if you was to put it, if I was booking it, I'd probably be going right Danielson, and then we'll build to Danielson Ospreay, because that's a big.
What's bigger match for the title, Danielson and Ospreay, or Hangman and Swerve? What match does the title benefit, and what match does the title benefit the match?
I think Danielson and Ospreay, because it's Ospreay's first win of the title.
Okay, so you would have him win that match. See, I think that the title and Hangman and Swerve, I think that the title is a more important prop for Hangman and Swerve because of everything they've got, something that drives them together even more, that they're prepared to sacrifice themselves is that title. But it's that title added on to the fact that they're either taking it away from, their arch nemesis in the form of Hangman on Swerve, or they're stopping their arch nemesis from getting it and Swerve on Hangman. And I think it's a great plot device. Whereas for Ospreay and Danielson, I don't doubt that it's a great wrestling championship match, and it will have its own plot devices as well. But I just think we're so many years already into Hangman and Swerve that it needs that extra something to make it relevant to, the third or fourth match between these guys. And the title is a great utility tool to make that happen. Yeah,
maybe, man, maybe. But then I also don't know if you need the title for that, because we've seen the title for that already.
What, the main title?
Yeah. They had a three-way, didn't they, with Samoa Joe for the title?
But that's a three-way. But it
was all about them. Samoa Joe was just a catalyst in that anyway.
Yeah, but that's a different.
I hear what you're saying. I think Danielson going on a 1-year run for Ospreay to take it at All In next year is huge. And in terms of what you're saying, in terms of what's a bigger title match, I think Swerve and Hangman is for us, but I don't think it is to the buses. I don't think it is to the buses. To the casual fans, the buses, yeah. The marketing material and the casual fans that you want to come to All In next year, which is the way I was looking at it. And it's, when Danielson won the tournament, I was like, look, storyline wise, I want to see Swerve and Hangman at All In. That's where I want to see. That's what I want to see as an AEW fan. But as Joe Blogs on the Street, who watched WWE 10 years ago, they'd pay money to see the Danielson and Swerve match because they know Danielson and they go, oh, that person's still wrestling. When I got back into wrestling, the reason I got back into wrestling because I watched Undertaker's last match against Shane McMahon at the Hell in a Cell, and it was because I was like, this guy's been wrestling for a while. I'm excited to see his last match. And actually, ironically, they're doing exactly the same with this now, that it's a retirement match. And actually, what you can do with Danielson is do the Ric Flair thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do the this will be my last full-time title run. Once I lose this title, like I'm done or whatever. You can do some story with that. And think about each pay-per-view for the next year with Danielson headlining, with that being the stipulation. Who's going to be the one that dethrones Danielson? And how many people that are put over? Because Danielson, even when he wins, brings out the best in people anywhere, as Ospreay does. But, look at The Fiend. What was The Fiend's best match? Danielson, easily. Why was that?
Yes, it was 100%.
Danielson can have a match with a mop in the same way that Shawn Michaels can,
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of comparisons there, and I think I don't know who's gonna. I don't know who's. Yes, you could give the belt to Hangman next if you kept it on Swerve. You could do that. I just don't know where you go from there. And Hangman's problem the first time was that they had a great story to him getting the belt off Kenny Omega, and then they had absolutely no follow-up whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
I can see.
Cool. Well, Sassy still thinks Swerve and Hangman, but I think that's, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I think that's right in terms of us fans.
Hey, to be clear, I'm well aware I'm not wrong. I wouldn't want you thinking that I thought that.
I know. Well, I'm sorry if I ever implied such a shameful thing. Dan, it's been a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, and thank you all for watching. I'm going to shoot, but Dan, tell us what you're doing. You've got an event this Friday, haven't you?
I do. Now that I've completed watching movie trailers for feedback to people, I can now focus on doing my stuff. Nice. And I have an event this Friday. I say I have an event. We, not just me and the wrestlers. We all have an event this coming Friday. What will the card be? Well, I'm not even sure, except for the main event. That is the truth. I do not know the full card. I've decided that I will make the card up once I get the entire roster there on the day.
That sounds like it's all a bit shaky.
That is, so the only thing that I can tell you 100% for sure is the main event. The main event is absolute mayhem. Sapphire Reed, ZZ, and Millie McKenzie, the Z Society, their Generation Z, against Sky Smithson, Nightshade, and Session Moth Martina in a trio street fight.
Why do they hate old people so much, man? The little pricks. They need
Generation
to
Z, man. They're all
little pricks.
Anyone that's older than them, they're like, and it's part of it. They think those that are older than them have fucked the country for them and fuck their opportunities. And sadly, they might have a point. You know, they might have a point. Some people, I don't think my generation did it. I think the generation ahead of me did it. I certainly didn't vote that way.
Point the blame somewhere else.
I certainly didn't take any part in voting away their opportunities. But they also feel that the older people are constantly doing that, are holding them down.
Yeah, well.
I'll tell you what. I really think that there'll be some, there's going to be chaos. There's going to be mayhem. Sapphire Reed has constantly avoided getting the ring with Operation SAS. And Martina, except
of course, because she got out of the War Games match as well.
She got out of the War Games match. She's gotten out multiple times when she is supposed to fight. Well, she can't get out this Friday night. It is trios. It is a street fight. It's anything goes. And that match is going to be pure chaos. And that's one of those matches where at the time I booked it, I was like, yeah, this is a really good logical match for us to go with in the next direction. And then after I'd done it and I'd made it public, the reality then started setting in on the actual risks involved to me as a promoter by doing this match.
Oh, yeah, man. Not just that.
In a War Games match, it's fine because all the wrestlers are stuck in a cage. No one's at risk. No property of the venue is going to get broken. Like, it's fine. Everyone is in the cage. But when you put that street fight element to it, and you have it that they can brawl around anywhere in the building and maybe even outside because it's street fight after all. Dude, all of a sudden, your risk assessment starts seeming a bit real.
Oh, what, like Kota Ibushi in the fireworks? Or, and you know, you've only had one of the best hardcore women's matches I've ever seen. One of the best matches I've ever seen with Charlie effing Morgan and Alex Windsor. And you know that all them ladies are going to want to outdo that, don't you?
And here's the thing, that's 2 women. This is 6.
Oh, dude, you had to throw away your freaking canvas. You had to sell your canvas because of that match. And you've thought, oh, this is a great idea. I'm sorry, Dan, but I think Sapphire's a little prick and also one of the most exciting things in wrestling right now.
And I think that whole faction is an exciting group. ZZ is 6 foot and 20 years old. And is a right little star. ZZ is someone. I don't know if you saw the interview I did with her on the channel. ZZ had never seen wrestling before. When she went to a wrestling training session, she thought wrestling was like MMA, cage fighting. She went to a wrestling training session expecting to get into a fight.
Yeah, you can tell that's the way she wrestles as well. Like she's constantly in a bloody fight.
Yeah, that's what she thought. And I'm just like, so, you know, I was like, wait. You're like 17 years old and you went there to like get into a fight with a bunch of strangers. And she was like, that's what I thought.
You put her in a fucking street fight. Are you mad?
I know, right?
Dan, are you mad?
I know.
I really worry for Sky Smithson and Nightshade. And Millie McKenzie as well. She's not good, man. She's not good anymore.
She loves death matches. Good.
Sorry?
She loves death matches.
I can imagine. Well, guys, like if that hadn't built it up to you, I'll be excited to watch it. So make sure you are watching it, and we'll talk about it next week. Thanks for joining me, Dan, and thank you all for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. You make these streams fun every week. I will see you in the next one. Dan, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Hall Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.